Good afternoon. This will be a reading for the most important characteristics of the sun sign of Aquarius. Before I start, I like to point out that the book here, displayed here, is the book that provides the information for this reading. So, that said, let me start. The sign Aquarius is masculine, the element is air, and Aquarius is a fixed sign. Aquarius is assertive, independent, progressive, analytical, original, and inventive. Aquarius has also strong dislikes and opinions. The ruling planet is Uranus, the ancient Greek sky god and the first ruler of the universe. In astrology, Uranus is the planet of change and everything unexpected. Invention and modern science relates also to the sign of Aquarius. The symbol for the sign is the water bearer. The water bearer signifies creation and the giving of life. The symbol of the pictograph shows the human ankle in motion, the part of the anatomy that Aquarius rules. In symbolic terms, the ridged, unbroken lines represent electric energy, universal thought, and the wisdom of the future. Dominant keyword of Aquarius is I know, and the opposite sign of Aquarius is Leo. Aquarius is the sign of hopes and dreams and of friends and wishes. Its natives tend to be idealistic humanitarians who are concerned with issues of the world, but they remain often personally detached in their own relationships. Leo, the opposite sign, is the sign of pleasure, affection, and love affairs. Leo people look for fun and good times to be happy. Leos need close ties with others, and sometimes Leos tend a little bit to dominate in their love affairs. Part of the body ruled by Aquarius is the circulatory system, the shins and ankles. Aquarians are prone toward ankle sprains and fractures. Lucky day of Aquarius is Wednesday. Lucky numbers are 1 and 7. And the magical birthstone of Aquarius is the amethyst. The stone amethyst brings faithfulness in love and bestows the gift of foresight. Special color for Aquarius is electric blue, the clear color of the sky. The danger for the sign of Aquarius is that Aquarians tend to be eccentric and therefore are targets for attacks by some narrow-minded people. Because Aquarians are innovative and free-spirited, they get into situations with all kinds of strange people one otherwise might call oddballs. Aquarius' most likable trait is friendliness. Astrologers are fond of this sign of the zodiac because it is the sign of future vision. Aquarius is unorthodox and original and so follows no crowd. You like being different and you march to a different drummer and make up new music as you go along. Intellectual independence is your most marked characteristic. In the sign of Aquarius, there comes together the combination of a fixed sign, which gives Aquarius standing for persistence, as well as the air element which stands for intellect and communication. The ruling planet of Aquarius is Uranus, and Uranus creates the liberal, progressive, and yet fixed, speak steady personality. Your inflexibility shows up when others least expect it. It may be in defense of an idea you have, or a trip you decided to take, or a habit of yours that you refuse to give up. Whatever the cause, someone will suddenly come in conflict with your Aquarian, stubborn personality. You cheerfully ignore what others think and you strike off on new paths because there are so many new and other things for you to discover. For you, boredom is a disease and you avoid it at any cost. People born under this sign live most intensely in their minds, being the seeker of knowledge, the rational, and having this open-minded gift of vision, making you objective in judgments because you do not let emotion get in the way. This appears to give you the ability to stand outside yourself and to rise above ordinary human frailty. Your built-in distrust of too much of emotions compels you to struggle against its chains, and this often becomes a source of inner, deeper conflict to the Aquarian. Because you are very people-oriented, outgoing and friendly by nature, you relate well to all kinds of different people and you possess a common touch which helps you to make friends with different people types, while at the same time you never lose your own strong individuality. As a student of human behavior, you have great tolerance for the weaknesses of others and you have the ability to overlook shortcomings of all kinds of shortcomings. You are a humanitarian who is concerned with the world's welfare, but you know that you alone cannot change the state of the world. Your intellect forbids you to get too deeply involved in too intimate relationships, knowing that your natural friendliness will cause problems there. So, you always keep the quality of a certain distance. There is an aura of aloofness of spirit that gives you this independence which you try to hold on to. Not only do you try, you also succeed in maintaining it most of the time because trying to fence you down will not work. If you feel trapped, you try to break free at any cost. As an idealist, you would like to see that everybody is happy, so you always have in mind to do something important and meaningful by going into politics or become involved in a social project where you can change things for others. This is, after all, the astrological sign of hopes and wishes, and you follow your dreams to get some hopes and some wishes fulfilled. History is dotted with progressive Aquarians who did just that, follow their dream. An Aquarian will hatch up a grandiose scheme for improving the way things are, but your main idea is to create an idea to better things rather than the actual work. Getting there. You are not interested in hard work. So, more in experiences that rely on the creative, imaginative side, but the drudgery of detail and tight-knit management are not your thing. You would rather invent a new utopian story and let others grapple with the hard realities to bring that utopian story to life. The great weakness of Aquarius is to inflate your own importance, and at times you pose as an expert, where you better should keep quiet. But you are so determined not to be like anyone else and not to become like those you have encountered through your lifetime experiences that this makes you sometimes contrary, just to be different. You have the least regard for convention of any zodiac sign, and this often gives you that reputation for being eccentric. And just as you are broad minded about the faults of others, you take for granted that your shortcomings should be overlooked as well. But often, however, this is not the case, and you still are seen by many as an eccentric person. Sometimes you get into an argument not because you feel a certain way, but because you were triggered by someone's behavior and now you enjoy the intellectual exercise. You are quickly bored and take delight in verbally provoking anyone you consider stodgy or dull. Nevertheless, Aquarians are among the kindest people in the world. They are easygoing, reasonable, most of the time, slow to take offense, and you are never mean-hearted. Live and let live is your mantra. And because you are honest, helpful, altruistic, and best of all, never boring, you can change anyone's life for the better just by becoming part of it. Now we come to famous people with a sun in Aquarius. Evangelina Adams, Joy Adamson, Susan B. Anthony, Tallulah Bankhead, Mikhail Baryshnikov, Jack Benny, Tom Brokaw, Robert Burns, Aaron Burr, Lord Byron, Lewis Carroll, Carol Channing, Colette, Charles Darwin, Angela Davis, Charles Dickinson, Christian Dior, Thomas Edison, Federico Fellini, W.C. Fields, Clark Gable, Shasha Kapoor, Zane Grey, D.W. Griffith, Langston Hughes, James Joyce, Mario Lanza, Sinclair Lewis, Abraham Lincoln, Charles Lindbergh, Ernst Lubitsch, Douglas MacArthur, Norman Mailer, Christopher Marlowe, W. Somerset Maugham, Felix Mendelssohn, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Edwin Newman, Paul Newman, Jack Nicklaus, Thomas Paine, Anna Pavlova, S.J. Perelman, James Pike, Jackson Pollock, Leontine Price, Dan Quayle, Ronald Reagan, Vanessa Redgrave, Burt Reynolds, Jackie Robinson, Norman Rockwell, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Arthur Rubinstein, Telly Savalas, Franz Schubert, Susan Sontag, Gertrude Stein, Stendhal, Adlai Stevenson, Jules Verne, Edith Wharton, and Virginia Woolf. That was the reading for the sun sign of Aquarius. Thank you very much for listening, and I would be happy if you come back next time when I again read for the sign of Aquarius. Have a wonderful day today, and goodbye.